Ain't no way.
So right now we can see the guys are connected to a shared world. As I said, these are some of our team upstairs are helping us out demo this today. When the game launches on October 2nd, you'll be able to join with up to 72 people on a server. We don't quite have that many here now. We don't have that many people that can stop fixing bugs and finishing up the game to come and give us that time. So we've got a few guys here with us now who are going to help us to demo the game. As I was saying earlier, drivatars were great in races, and you can still absolutely race against drivatars in races. But when you're in the open world, there's an emergent fun and a character that real people can bring that you just can't create with an AI. On last week's show, if any people tuned in for that, we spent a long time just chasing sheep around a field and trying to herd them up onto the white horse. We'd never be able to make an AI system that could authentically recreate that experience. But in Forza Horizon 4, as you're driving around, those emergent experiences just happened. Even now when we're playing in development.
I think we've just got to point something straight away as well. So there's that auto ghost feature, isn't there?
Yeah. So Ben, if you want to talk to that?
Yeah, cool. So auto ghost is this really awesome way of just making our online world feel kind of super welcoming to everybody. Because one of the things that is not nice when you go online is people crashing into you, is kind of people griefing you if you're trying to be still or take a photo or something like that. So what Auto Ghost does is it says if somebody is not your friend, is not in your convoy, and you kind of haven't allowed it, they can't grief you at all. You would just pass straight through them.
So it's just kind of one of those things that kind of makes it more accessible. Because I think that's been one of the biggest questions that I've seen being asked, is that shared world and then offline. So it's just kind of creating that barrier between the two.
Yeah, it's just trying to kind of bring the friction and bring the barriers right down. Really cool thing about Auto Ghost, we've just done a speed zone there, but one kind of massive piece of community feedback that we got was traffic in drift zones and speed zones. Regularly people giving us grief about how bad they are. And I will hold my hands up, it does get annoying if you're nailing the perfect drift and you smack headlong into a traffic car. So we've used the same system to ghost out the cars when you're doing the speed zones and the drift zones.
So you can kind of perfect those zones to kind of get the perfect experience and nail the drifts and get those kind of really high scores that you want to. So also, offline mode and shared world, it's seamless transition between them. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I think the best thing to do would be to demo it, because it's something that we're really proud of. If Andy wants to, he can just pause the game at any point and go offline.
You can't get Andy to pause the game though, that's the hard bit.
He'll be fine. And instantly, everyone will get taken out of your world and eventually replaced with drivatars who start to spawn in. And this is...
So that's it, that's just kind of like you're now on offline mode.
Yeah, there's no waiting around for it, it's just brilliant. Yeah, there and done.
No loading screens, no cinematics or anything. You can see a drivatar's just there up the road. If Andy quickly goes back and again reselects Horizon Life, it will find him a session. This takes around 10 seconds or so. So if Andy just drives around now, once that's connected, we should see all Andy's friends who we were just playing with pop back into the world. Just give that a second.
Yeah. But while we're waiting for that as well, does Abshis just ask, can you turn off auto ghosting in a private lobby?
You can convoy up with people you know and have collisions turned on.
So you can still get those crashes if you kind of want?
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's cool. Also, we've got another question from DXSizzle99. Remember, guys, if you've got any questions for Horizon 4, drop them in the comments below. What side of the road is the main side? Okay, because it's one of those big questions.
The main side.
The main side. Which side of the road do you drive on?
I mean, I drive through fields. So,
That doesn't answer the question. Everyone goes through as the crow flies. You kind of crash through the fence and stuff, but with the civilian traffic, right? Which side of the road are they driving on Horizon 4?
So we drive on the left, which is the same as Horizon 3, but you drive wherever you want, really.
So we actually blinked and missed it there because it was so seamless. But whilst Andy was driving on that road, he reconnected into that session. All his friends popped back in. There was no loading screen, no pause. Entirely seamless.
And now we're into photo mode.
Yeah, so...
Online photo mode.
So how does that work?
So it just works like it does offline. You go into photo mode, everything that you can see stops. You see all these cars here, which you might ordinarily have drivatars in free roam or in a race, if you think back to Horizon 3.
Yeah.
Now this is all the people you're playing with. Obviously, in their game, they're probably donating round or they might have driven off, but you had the perfect opportunity and you wanted to take a picture. So you go to photo mode, and there you go.
And if someone else is in photo mode, is there a way that you can tell, or is it just kind of, so are they just going to like ghost out so you can see if someone's in photo mode?
Yeah. I think
everything gets communicated.
There we go.
Matthew upstairs has helped us out. His car now ghosts out, so we know he's not going to interfere with us. And a little bubble that pops up above his Gamertag to tell us that he's in photo mode.
We've also keep getting these little chat messages, because I think one of the biggest barriers with online gaming is not everyone wants to go on and have to put a microphone on, and you've kind of worked on implementing a system. What is that in Horizon 4?
So this is another one of those cool things that we're trying to make online as seamless and as easy as possible. It's not always easy to plug a mic in and start chatting, and not everybody wants to do that anyway. And you've also got the kind of language barrier as well. So Quick Chat is just this huge collection of really fast phrases that we've got. You can assign 4 of them, and you can assign kind of different ones for free roam and race. And you just get to fire communication back and forth between people. So like, let's go exploring, or maybe help kind of lead someone to a barn find. But you can also have things like protect me if you're playing King and someone's chasing you. It's really, really cool.
I think I love that language barrier bit as well, as just like kind of how I can break that down. But that's Forza, a little look at Forza Live. We've also got a few questions in the chat asking us if we can look at the map again. We will take a look at the map again later on. But should we talk about Forzathon? Because I think
just before we do, sorry. We saw both those guys taking a photo there. One of the new features that we've got in Forza Horizon 4 is that, as well as taking and sharing those photos, which we've always had, and we've always had these big communities around Reddit and our forums and stuff like that, where people would share them, and there's competitions and things. We've now made a change where in game you can now get rewarded for that, and there's actually like a whole campaign around it. If I could borrow the controller a second, Andy. Thanks. So in here, which is the screen that we call My Horizon Life, it tracks all your progress across the whole game. So, and one of those is a photographer campaign. So it's basically a series of challenges and rewards, which reward you for being a great photographer. So you take photos, you upload them, other people download them and like them, and then you basically get rewards in game and new challenges and stuff to do in game. And this screen, My Horizon Life, like each one of these little tiles represents a sort of mini campaign that you can take part in. So if you want to play the game and all you want to do is Playground Games modes, which is like our fun, like King and Infected type modes, there's actually a campaign for that, and you can just play the game that way, and you'll still be able to level up and get all
progress.
And progress, exactly. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that before we jumped on to Forza. I'll hand back over to Andy now for that next.
That's awesome, but let's get into Forzathon. So that's actually a really nice addition.